Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and today we have the first inventory video where I do show all of my products, and in today's we are gonna go through all of my primers, foundations, concealers, powders, and setting sprays. I don't have too much. The two categories I have more than enough of is foundations and concealers, but those two might be the two categories I will declutter the most of during 2022 as well. So yeah, let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so here we are with my primers. Again, I'm filming on my bed using my boyfriend's camera tripod, and the three at the bottom, the MAC one, the e.l.f. one, and the Maybelline Fit Me one, are the ones currently in project pans that I'm using. I do also have the full-sized Ole Henriksen one in a project pan, but I'm not going to use that before I have used up the MAC one. So let's go through them. So firstly, we have these three. Two of these are the e.l.f. Poreless Putty primers. I have the normal one and the luminous one. I have barely touched the luminous one, as you can see, and I have some good progress on the normal one. This is the Revolution XX, or XX by Revolution Second Skin Primer. This is the exact same as the normal Putty primer, but I think the Putty primers have 21 grams, if I'm not mistaken, and this one has 25 grams. Then we have all of the glowy and brightening primers. We have the MAC Strobe Cream. I have the shade Silver Light. Then we have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. This is the full-sized one. This is the half-sized one. If you saw my year-long empties, makeup empties video, you would have seen one of these in there as well. This is my all-time favorite primer, so I'm happy to have them in my collection. And then we have the Pop Beauty Afterglow Primer. I think this is supposed to be a dupe for the Ole Henriksen one. I have only put some on my hand to see how it looks, but never used it on my face yet. That's why it's still in its packaging. Then we have a bunch of like mattifying ones, like this NYX Shine Killer one. I'm not sure if I like this. This is more of a silicone kind of primer. I need to test it out and see if I need this or not. Then we have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This one is in a project pan, and so far I do like it. Dr. Brandt Pores No More. I've heard really good things about this one, but I haven't been testing it out yet. Then we have the Beauty Act Instant Blur Primer. I'm not sure if I like this. Again, I need to test this one out and see if I need it or if I can declutter it. And then we have the NYX, the Marshmallow Primer. I have never figured out what this is supposed to do, so if somebody knows, please let me know down below. But so far I do like it. I have used it a couple of times. But yeah, that's my 12 primers. Let's go to foundations. Okay, so here we are with my foundations, and my these two are a white one and a blue one to help get the right shades. So these two do not count in my inventory, but I do have those two. So we have one YSL sachet sample. I have 3 Lancome ones right there, but in the gray one I do have 2 of the Lancome ones squeezed out. And then I do have a clearance one right there and a clearance one right there. So I have, let's see, 5, 6, 8 sachet samples. But I do count each of them as one in my collection. So all of my normal foundations right here, I have 20 plus the 2 shade mixers. Yeah, most of these are tinted moisturizers, as you can see. That's currently what I'm into and using on an everyday basis. I'm not into the full coverage foundations. The It Cosmetics right there can get to a high medium coverage, but not a full coverage foundation. So let's go through them all. So first up we have my one and only foundation stick. This is the, let's see if it will focus, there we go, ABH stick foundation in the shade Alabaster. I bought this one on sale, so that's why I picked this one up. Then we have the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear Up to 30 Hour Foundation in the shade 05 Light Beige. I do think this one is a little bit too dark for me. And if I remember correctly, my skin did not like this on my face. So I need to test this one a little bit more out. Oh, I'm sorry. Then we have the KVD, what is this called? Let's see. True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundations. I bought the shade Light 002 because I'm usually in the lightest shade, but this one is white, as you can see. I'm not that light, so I need to test out the formula, and if I like the formula, I can buy a shade or for darker and mix them, I think. But yeah, it's too bad it's too light. I bought this off of the KVD site, so yeah, I was really looking forward to trying this one out. But I think next time I see a friend of mine, she's extremely pale, paler than me, and maybe she can use this. Then we have 2 more foundations right here. We have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 095. Does it have a name? Fair Porcelain. This is not Fair Porcelain. This is an orange mess. I have used up quite a good bit of it, but I do need to mix it with the blue and the white to have it to my everyday skin tone for like 8 months out of the year, 8 to 9 months out of the year. So I do think I want to try to pan this one in the summertime. And then we do have this one, which is in a project pan. Oh, I should have said I do have this one right here in a project pan, and this one. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade F1. But last time I tried it on, it didn't look good at all. It looked so damn cakey. So I need to give it another shot. The shade is good, maybe a teeny tiny bit too light, but I can always bronze up my face. It's not as light as the KVD one, so yeah, but I do need to give this another shot because when I first bought it, I thought it looked good on my skin, but I do think I have a better skincare routine, and my skin is much better these days, and maybe that's why this isn't as good on my face anymore. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Then we have some... We're now getting into my tinted moisturizers and stuff like that, CC creams. We have the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus. You can see I have used so much of this. My goal will to use this up in 2022 for sure. I really do like the formula of this one. This is the shade Fair Light. The lightest shade is too yellow. This is the right undertone. And that's why I have the white foundation, so that I can mix it in with this one. And I can use it almost standalone in the summertime. So this one should be done in 2022. Then we have the Balm Sustainably Gorgeous Green Packaging and a Clean Beauty Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Cerosterus. Is that correctly? I think so. I haven't given this a fair try, but again, this one is my summer shade, so this one we'll be trying out in the summertime. Then we of course have the Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. I have the shade 1. I need to use this now in the dead of winter, but yeah, so far I do like it. I do think I need to wear some really hydrating underneath it and maybe even mix it, but other than that I do like it. Yeah. Last 3 ones we have the or normal foundations. We have the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundation. I have the shade F0.5. This is the lightest shade. Again, I have used quite a good bit of this one. I need to put this into a project pan now in January. If it's not in a project pan already, it's time for this one to get some love and use. Then we have my newest addition and the one I'm currently loving. It's the L'Oreal True Match Plumping Tinted Serum in the shade Very Light. I absolutely love this. I was skeptical about the shade, but it works beautifully. So yeah, I'm really happy I bought this one, and it's really stunning on the skin. Then we of course had to buy the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. I have the shade C1. I had the original Face and Body, and again, MAC doesn't have light enough shades for me in this particular foundation, which is too sad. So this is a summer foundation for me, but I really do like the Face and Body from MAC, and that has gotten my eye onto the Dior Face and Body foundation. I do need to finish up or declutter some foundations out of my collection before I buy that one, because that one's stupid expensive. So yeah, and this one is a big one. This is a 50 ml bottle, as you can see, but I really do like how sheer this one is, so it's really nice for the summertime. The last bottled foundation is this one. This is the Lumena Instant Glow Beauty Serum. I have the shade Universal Light. This is more for mixing. So for me, I do mix it with the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundations, for instance, and I also do mix it with the It Cosmetics one, the ones that are a little bit on the thicker side. This just helps to blend it out. I don't use this on its own, but always mixing it. So it should actually go with that category, but I'm counting it as a foundation. Then we have this Clinique tub. As I said, I had a total of 5 of these Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear foundations. All of them are in the same shade. So I did put 2 of them in this tub and mixed it with some lighter concealer that you will see next. And I haven't gotten to use those yet, but my goal will be to use up all of these sachet samples. In here you do have a concealer and a foundation. But yeah, my goal will be to use up all of these samples in 2022 so that I can only have bottled foundations. But that's all of my foundations. Let's go to concealers next. Okay, so here we are with my concealers. I'm sorry about the shade. I'm currently filming at night and I only have a ring light right there. So yeah. I have, if I've counted correctly, I have 20. I have 5 in the NYX one, the brown one I do count in my cream bronzer, and then I have 1, 2, 3 in the big palette right there. The other 5 I do count as bronzers. So yeah, let's get through it. So firstly we have my one that I love. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer. I have the shade C1, C2, C3, and C4. C4 is a nice concealer now if I'm not wearing any other makeup on my skin. And other than that, I'm using C2 and C1. C3 is nice in the springtime, and C4 will be nice in the summertime when I'm wearing base makeup as well. So that's my first 4. Then we have the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer matte version. I have the shade Fair Rose. Oh my god, there we go. I did not think that e.l.f. would have a concealer that would fit me, but they do. And yeah, it's actually a little bit too light now that I think about it, but yeah, it's fine. I can always do a darker powder on top. So yeah, I do like the formula on that. Then we have the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. I have the shade 322 Ivory. I don't think I like this. I need to test this one out more to see if I need it, because this is a big tub of concealer. I was struggling to finishing up the Wet n Wild one, and that's 8.5 ml. This is 11. This is a third of a full-size foundation. So, oh, maybe I should try this as a foundation. Ooh, let's try that out. Then we have the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I have the shade, what is the shade on this? There we go. 95 Cool Ivory. This one is definitely too light, but it's the right undertone. And this is the one I have mixed in with the sachet sample foundations. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna buy this anymore. I don't see the hype about this. The only thing I do like is that it goes all the way down and you do get everything out of this packaging. So that's the one good thing I have to say about this one. Then we have the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer with the Vitamin C in the shade Light. This doesn't hold much product. I finished up the shade in Porcelain, and these, if you want to try these are really dark to being light and porcelain. These are summer shades for me, but these are also really nice as foundations if they don't work as concealers. Then we have a potted concealer. This is the Revolution Conceal and Fix in the shade Light Pink. This one is big. This has 11 grams. Yeah, it's big. I do have a dent in it, as you hopefully can tell. This was in the Partners in Cream for 2021. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, this one will take forever to use up. And if they had a little bit darker but yet pink, I would probably have bought that instead, but I couldn't find it. So light pink it is, but this is kind of more of a correcting concealer. That's why I have it with the Fenty Beauty one, because this is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I have the shade Rose Quartz 01. Again, this one is massive, but again, this one is amazing for me now in the winter time when I'm not wearing anything else, because this don't need to be set at all. You do not need any powders on this. You just blend it out on your under eyes and it looks good all day long. So yeah, I have even forgotten to take this off before a workout and it stayed fine. So yeah. Then we have the Jeffree Star Magic Concealer. This is the shade C0. It's just a white one. I used this with my foundations when they are too dark as well. So yeah, I just need to use this up. Then we do have the sachet samples from Clarins again. This is the Everlasting. Yeah, Everlasting Concealer. Not a big sample at all. Might use it as a foundation with this one, but we will see. But yeah, this one needs to go in 2022. Then we have the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Palette. I do count these 5 right here as concealers, and this one as a bronzer. So yeah, I need to use this somewhere and see if I like it. I had the other one, the one with all of the other colors, like the purple and green, everything, but yeah. Lastly, we do have this Revolution Pro HD Cream Contour Palette. I have 1, 2, 3 shades. I don't know if I ever will be using the banana shade. This one is a little bit too dark for me to be a concealer, so I'm counting it as a bronzer. My boyfriend got this for me. If you live near Ski or i Enebakk here in Norway, you know of Havanisten. It's a store that gets everything that the normal stores don't want, either because the car ended up sideways on the road, or you never know. Then everything goes to that store, and they had this in that store one day, and I had been looking for this one for forever in other stores, and my boyfriend came home after going to Havanisten and like, here you go, here you have some makeup and some nail polish. And I was like, do you know how long I have been looking for this palette? And he was like, no. And I'm like, forever. So thank you. I'm really happy. I sat there like speechless for 5 minutes first, but yeah. And I haven't been using it too much. So this needs some love in 2022. But that's all of my concealers. Let's jump into powders and then do setting sprays, and then that's the video, I think. Okay, so here we are with powders. I have 5 loose powders on the left side right here. Then I do have 4 powder foundations right here, and then 11 powders, normal setting powders, right there, or setting powders and finishing powders like the Dior one and the Nyx High Gloss one. But yeah, let's go through we're gonna start with the powder foundations and then work our way from right to left. So first up we have the Revolution, what are these called? Matte base powder in P1 and P3. These are really lovely, and I can use them on its own. That's why I do call them powder foundations. And yeah, these are really nice. 20 grams of powder are really much. So yeah, these are on the older side. The other 2 are from this year, so these ones should go, but we will see. Then we have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Freshwater foundation in a powder. I have the shade 130 True Beige. This one was in a project earlier this year, or in the mid of this year. My goal was to hit pan on it, and as you can see, I did that. This is an amazing powder concealer in the summertime, and that's how I hit pan on this one. So for those quick and easy days, if you do have this one, try it out as a concealer. It's amazing. Really do love this one. Next up we have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I have the shade 110. This is a shade that fits me now, so I am gonna use it now in the winter time, and hopefully I can use this one as a concealer as well. Then we have the Dior Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder, No Powder. I have the shade 0 and Neutral. This one is a really nice, just to blend out everything. The only thing I do not like with this one is that it gets hard pan every single time. I just use some tape and it works fine to get it off, but it's, yeah, it shouldn't do that when it's that expensive. But absolutely love this. Then we do have a pressed powder into this one. This is a sample of the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 105. So that's this one. I do really like the Maybelline Fit Me powders, pressed powders. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Perfecting Powder in the shade 2N Vanilla. Yes. Again, this is the summer shade for me, but I do really like this. Then we have my Revolution Super Matte powder. I have the translucent one. I don't think I like this, but I do need to try it with the L'Oreal tinted moisturizer I'm currently using, but yeah, we will see. Then we have a range from NYX, a good variety from NYX. This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in the shade 2. I hate it when the stores tape them around. I don't know if they do that in other countries, but here in Norway they tape them around so that you can't open them. And I do get that, but like, it's so nasty. But yeah, I do need to test this one out. Oh, can I open it? No, of course I cannot open it. Wait, there we go. It has a little heart on it, but yeah, I need to test this one out and see what I think about it. And we have the NYX High Gloss. I have the shade Light. This is again a nice finishing powder, almost a highlighter actually for me. So I don't know how I will be using it, but you can tell I have used it. But yeah, especially in the winter time, this is a nice one if you're wearing a matte foundation and just wants a little bit of a glow on top. So yeah, really pretty. Do like it, and I got it for like $5 US. A little bit more, maybe 6. But yeah, a really good price instead of what it normally costs. And then we have the NYX #NoFilter finishing powder. For me, I picked up the shade Porcelain. I haven't used this yet. I need to test it out. But I do think this is more of an all-over powder for me, or maybe even a under-eye powder. I need to play around with it. 9 grams. It looks bigger because it's a baked product. But yeah. Then I do have the Bare Minerals translucent powder duo. I did finish up the matte side, and I do have the glowy side left. It's still a powder, but yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna use it. Then we do have the Revolution Ultra Contour Palette. Yeah, this one has 2 powders in it right here, a pink one and a yellow one. I do have another Revolution Contour Palette that has, I have used up the pink one in that one, but I still have the yellow one. I just couldn't find it for this video, so I do have one more, not the same packaging, but a similar product from Revolution. And then I do have this Beauty Act Iconic Contour Kit in Medium Dark. I picked up the wrong shade. I was gonna pick up the light medium one, and this one is more of a banana shade for me, and I don't really do banana shades. I really do love this bronzer though, and that's in the shade Sweet Toffee. So yeah, I basically only keep this palette for this one. I know this one works for me in the summertime, but this one is beautiful all year round. But this one is too dark and this one is too dark, so yeah. I shouldn't have opened this at all and just changed it to the light medium one instead, but I didn't see it until I opened it. Then we have the 2 powders I'm currently working on. We have the Beauty Act Hydra Sheer Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. This one is nice, it just doesn't work with the foundation I'm currently using. So that's that one. And then we do have a mini of the Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I love this one. When I finish up this one and the Beauty Act one and maybe a pressed powder, then I'm gonna buy the full-sized one because I see why this is so hyped up. This one is gorgeous. I can use it on my under eyes, I can use it all over my face. It's beautiful. So yeah, the next time I do think I want to pick up the one that's white and not the lightest colored translucent one. I don't mind it for the face, but for the under eyes I do prefer a true white translucent powder. The last 3 powders are, the first one is from Maybelline. It's the Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. This one is a white one. I know it says tester on it. Hear me out. I bought this at the store I was explaining with the concealers called Houston, and this is not opened. I have checked. It's still sealed inside. It's all fine. So yeah, it's all good. It has never been opened, never been used. Yeah, so it's good, even though it says tester. So don't be scared. I didn't buy a tester. But this is the only true white loose powder in my, or powder in general in my collection. So yeah, I will be opening this after I have used up the Laura Mercier one. So yeah, haven't tested it out yet. Then we have the Ofra translucent powder in light. This one is orange. I have tried to mix it and I don't know why I keep it. So this one should just really go to somebody else that needs this shade of a powder. This is definitely not light. This is more medium in my opinion. But yeah. Then we have my oldest powder, and one that's more of a sentimental for me. This is the Dior, let's see, Dior Skin Nude Air Loose Powder in the shade 012 Rose Pink. I've had this in Project Pants, that's why I have the markings. This one my dad bought for me when he went on one of his work trips, and he asked me, is there something you want? And I said, can you pick this up? And then he accidentally picked up the wrong shade. I wanted the translucent one, but he picked up the pink one, which I don't mind. I can use this. So yeah, this is currently the oldest powder in my collection. Most of these powders I bought this year or at the end of last year. So my powder collection is fairly brand new, except for this little one, big one. So yeah, I do actually really like this powder, and I would love to try out the white one, the true translucent one. So yeah, that's it for my powders. Next up is setting sprays, and then we are done with part 1. So here we are with my setting sprays. As you can see, I only have 3, and all of them are in purple packaging. I have 2 of the Urban Decay All Nighter. The one in the box is the original one, and the one right here in the middle is the glowy one. And then we have the one from Pop Beauty. So the Pop Beauty is the Makeup Magnet Mist. This one is currently in a project pan, and I do not like the sprayer or the nozzle on this. It's not a good bottle at all, so I think I'm gonna decant some of this into my newly empty Smashbox Primer Water Spray bottle, and maybe that will help me to use this one up. Then we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Setting Spray. I really do like it. It's the same formula as the Norwegian one. Oh my god. The original one, but it gives you a glow as well. So if you're a dry skin girl but want makeup to sit all day long but don't want to look flat, then this one is for you. And then of course we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Love this one. This is my all-time favorite. Even though I'm a dry skin girl, dry to normal, this one is beautiful. So, especially in the summer. But yeah, that's it for my setting sprays and for part 1 of the makeup inventory 2022. Stay tuned for part 2. I will go through my cream bronzers and powder bronzers, and I do think that's a long enough video. I might do all cheek products, I'm not sure, but at least the bronzers, and maybe I will put in the highlighters, because those are the two categories for my cheek that are the lowest. I do think my bronzers and my highlighters together is equal to my blush collection, so maybe I will do that. But stay tuned for part 2 and to find out what part 2 is gonna be. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I will see you again in the next video. Bye!